Hi everyone. All right. So we left off the past couple weeks talking about cells, talking about heterotrophic and autotrophic organisms, and that will come into play in the topic we're moving into. You saw in the vocab activity from last week, Thursday, maybe some words that are new to you, such as like taxonomy, kingdom, etc. That's what we're moving into right now. We're moving into how organisms all over the world are classified. You can even think about it in your own home. You might classify your shoes somehow. You might by like color or season or whatever, gym shoe, whatever. You might classify things in the kitchen based on what goes in the pantry, what goes in the fridge, etc., based on like how like the temperature they have to be at, or like how you eat them. Are they bread? Are they cereal made of carbs? um so things like that. We do that in our daily life. There's a bunch of other examples. Those are just a couple for now, but kind of think about how you classify things, and um, how scientists need to do this, because there are organisms that are things that maybe you have never even heard of out there, and they classify them, and they're still discovering organisms, and there has to be a way for them to classify them according to certain characteristics that they have. um, we're really going to actually focus on domain and kingdom, the two broadest sections. Um, our brain pop today will like mention all these other things that fall under each of them, so you get really specific to species. But again, we're going to mainly focus on domain and kingdom um, in this unit. So there's going to be three different domains, and in each of those domains, there'll be different kingdoms. So kind of keep that in mind. So this is a good picture. I think you actually see a similar picture in the brain pop coming up. But the three domains on Earth are archaea, bacteria, and eukarya. That root word in here, eukarya, reminds you of eukaryotic cells. And remember that those are organisms whose cells are, those cells have nucleuses. So think about that. We're going to start the brain pop, and this topic is taxonomy. It's going to have a lot of crazy words, but just kind of stay with it. Oh. Hold on one second. We're getting started. All right.
Oh, thanks. Dear Tim and Moby, where do the scientific names for animals come from? From Esther. Scientists like to organize everything. It helps them understand what they're studying. Today, most biologists recognize 8 main levels of classification, also known as taxa. From least specific to most specific, they are domain, kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, and species. All living organisms are classified into different taxa based on their characteristics. The most general taxon is the domain. Every organism belongs to one of 3 domains: eukarya, bacteria, or archaea. Below that, there are 6 kingdoms: animals, plants, fungi, protists, eubacteria, and archaebacteria. Well, let's take the bottlenose dolphin as an example. If we were to classify this guy, we'd start with his domain. Righto, all eukaryotic organisms, those with complex cells that have a cell nucleus, fall under the domain eukarya. So let's put our friend there to start. He's also in the kingdom Animalia, or animals. Now, that's still a big category. All kinds of organisms, from cockroaches to sharks to elephants, fit into the animal kingdom. The next taxon down is the phylum. There are several dozen different phyla in the animal kingdom. Bottlenose dolphins belong to the phylum Chordata, which includes all animals with spinal cords. And their class is Mammalia, or mammal, which includes animals that have hair, breathe air, and feed their young on milk. Right, each taxon down the list includes fewer and fewer distinct organisms, until you get to the bottom level, species. Any two organisms that can breed and produce babies that are capable of breeding belong to the same species. Well, like you wouldn't breed a dog and a cat. Scientists generally call organisms by their genus, followed by the specific name or species. For dolphins, that's Tursiops truncatus. This naming system is called binomial nomenclature. It was popularized in the 18th century by Carolus Linnaeus, a Swedish naturalist. Binomial means two names in Latin, and nomenclature just means any system for naming stuff. Yeah, names like Tursiops truncatus are a little weird sounding because they're all in Latin and Greek. But it's a useful system because it ensures we know exactly what animal we're talking about. Like, if you just said dolphin, you might mean any one of a bunch of different species. Plus, the word for dolphin is different in different languages, so someone from another country might not know what you're talking about. But Tursiops truncatus is recognized around the world to mean one specific species of dolphin, the bottlenose. Since all genus names are unique, you can figure out an organism's family, order, class, phylum, and kingdom from just the binomial name. Me? Oh, well, I'm a human, obviously. Humans belong to domain Eukarya, kingdom Animalia, phylum Chordata, class Mammalia, order Primates, family Hominidae, genus Homo, and species Sapiens. Homo sapiens is Latin for wise man, by the way. Huh.
All right, so at this point, the video's over, but you need to go to my to-do for today on the agenda. And you're probably already there if you're watching the video, but if not, go to the to-do, make sure you complete attendance and complete the activity that is there. I did take 2 grades so far, so make sure you check in the grade book, your grades, and if you have a 0, you need to complete it and then email me and let me know that you are done so I can go and grade it. Because again, nothing notifies me on my laptop that you turned it in late. You're going to have to let me know. And then I'll go grade it for you and put it in the grade book. So make sure you go and do that and do the assignment for today. Alrighty.